Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany if you are new here, and I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video and supporting me. And today's video is going to be a little bit about social media and how things can really seem perfect from the outside, but you really never know what someone's going through, and just how people navigate differently through their lives and how people handle things differently and all of that. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and let's just get into it. So I have had a couple people, I would say, that have just I've been talking to them about like my story or just the abuse that I went through and how my dad abused me and was rude and mean to me. So I just wanted to like point out how they would tell me, oh, like you would never know that things were going on, because let's be honest, most people don't show every single time that they're crying on social media. They always show the happy times, which like I completely understand. Like you want people to see your life and be like drawn to you because of the happiness that you're showing and the joy that you're showing, which I believe we should share those parts, but we also, like, it's important to realize that that isn't the whole, like, that isn't how everyone's life is. Everyone has stuff that they're going through. Like, everyone has something. And my something was the abuse that I went through and just my journey with mental health and abandonment and learning how to set my boundaries. And so, yeah, my dad did a good job of masking himself and living very different lives. I know that when he would be around our friends and family, he'd try to be the family man. And I know that's not what he was living when he was playing poker, when he was gone for a summer playing poker and had multiple affairs on my mom. And I say these things like they're so normal to me because like it's my life, but they are so not okay. And I really do have, like, it makes me so sad to just think about my mom and how she was treated. And she is just so strong, and I feel like I have learned so much from her, and she's so inspiring. So shout out, Mom, if you're watching this, which I know you are. But I just want to say thank you for being so strong, and also for not being strong and showing us that it's okay to be sad and it's okay to be angry, but it's what you do about those feelings, really. So if you're feeling sad, go journal, go take care of yourself, take a bath, go on a walk, whatever you love to do. Paint your nails, go get your hair done. Like, it's really like whatever, just learn whatever makes you feel good, like, and do it. Just do it, because it makes you feel so much better about yourself. It makes you feel like yourself again, and it's better than just sitting in your sadness. But really, I would just recommend praying first. I know when I was having, still having stomach problems, but kind of when it was at the forefront of my mind, and I was just like really frustrated with them, like why is my stomach hurting all the time? Like I know it's from the stress, but I would get so like almost obsessed over it. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pray about it every single time I think about it, because I know that God is bigger than this, and I know that he can heal me. And so that's what I did. And every time I think, oh my gosh, why is my stomach hurting? Like, is it this food that I ate, or is it like the stress that my body's under right now? Why am I under stress? And your brain just keeps going, and it's like a big snowball. And it changed so much when the first thing that I did when I noticed my negative talk was to pray and just give it to God and be like, you know what, God, like, yes, my stomach is hurting right now. Help to heal me, but also help to heal me by giving me peace and just giving my body rest and allowing me to focus on the pure and the noble and the good things that you tell me to focus on. And that way my mind's not even like attached to my negative or my stomach problems that's more negative than positive. So it really helped me, and I would notice a huge difference just in the way that I carried myself. Like I felt more positive about everything, and it was just amazing. I got a little sidetracked off of that, but really, like, you have no idea what goes on in people's lives. That's why I feel like it's so important just to be kind to everyone. It's easy, like, it takes more effort to be mean sometimes than it does to be kind, but simply just complimenting someone, like, who doesn't love to be complimented? Or hold the door open for someone, help someone with their groceries, whatever it may be. Like, we are on this earth to serve and to spread God's love. And so we need to show others that. Again, sidetracked. But just kind of going on whatever comes to my mind and my heart. But really, you truly don't know what someone's going through. So anyway, just being like the most kind and loving that you can be will go a long ways to someone that is going through something super hard. Like I said, like, we would all, my sister, my mom, my dad, and I would all post things like everything's normal, which I know my mom has been vulnerable to, which I think is amazing to show, just that not everything is easy and things are hard and everyone has things that they're going through. And I think it was really brave of her to just put it out. And that's what I feel like I'm doing with this channel, is just like, I don't care what other people think of me by me doing these videos. If I can help one person, I feel accomplished. And I know that this is something that God has put on my heart, and I'm so passionate about it because I've gone through so much, and I'm only 18, and I have so much more healing to do and so much more room to grow, but I've already grown so much. So I'm so thankful for the people who reach out to me and watch my videos and just support me through all of this, because it's just great to feel the love back. And so if I can help one person, then that is amazing and I feel accomplished. So really, I think just staying true and remembering that everyone has something. Like, it's so easy to hide behind a screen as well, as we all know. Like, it's easier to say something over the phone than it is in person, but it's so important that we get out of that and that we're able to communicate in person just as much as we are behind a phone. And also, like, to remember that no one's life is perfect, and it might look perfect because social media, there's Photoshop, and you just don't know someone's life through social media the way that you would in real life. And so even, like, I would have friends come over and they wouldn't, like, say anything to me about my dad, but my dad would be, like, super angry. And I can't really think of a specific time, but I just remember feeling embarrassed because my dad would get so angry when we go out to restaurants and get the manager over, like, a lot because of some silly food mistake or mess up, whatever it was. But I just remember that feeling of embarrassment, like, oh my gosh, what are my friends gonna think, because my dad's just yelling at the manager because enchilada came with beef instead of chicken. Like, that's how silly the mistakes were with the food or whatever the complaint had to be. But I just remember, like, feeling embarrassed, and it's not fun to feel that way, especially, like, when these are your friends, people that you love next to you, and this is also your dad. So you're like, well, yeah, that's just who my dad is. But, like, my friends wouldn't really say anything to me, and so it was just kind of, like, unknown, but everyone kind of knew what was happening. Like, everyone just, like, when you were around my dad, you just kind of felt uncomfortable, and, like, you couldn't speak up, couldn't say anything right, you couldn't do anything right, and so you feel like you're walking around on eggshells. And so I remember growing up as a little girl, I'd feel really embarrassed. I remember I was at my friend's house one night, and I was talking to them about some problems that I was having with my dad, just like his anger issues. And at the time I didn't realize it was abuse, but looking back, the abuse that was done to me. And I remember that I asked them to, like, pray for me, and I think I, like, anyway, somehow it got back to my dad that I was talking to my friends about it and was asking for prayer requests. He got so mad, and he called me that night, and I was actually spending the night at my friend's house that night on a school night, so we were gonna go to school together in the morning. He told me to come home that next morning and do the laundry at like 6 a.m. I'm like, why would I need to come home, first of all, at 6 a.m. before school when I already have all my stuff? And then why do I need to do the laundry at 6 a.m.? Like, I still don't know why to this day I had to do the laundry at 6 a.m. But it was just, he was so angry for me, or he was so angry at me for telling my friends and making him seem like a bad person, which, like, he wasn't being nice. And he was, I think it maybe had something to do with golf, or just that he was angry. I know he had anger issues, but wasn't aware of the abuse. And so I was talking to my friends about it, asking for prayer requests, and it somehow got back to him. I don't remember, but yeah. And so he called me and was yelling at me, screaming at me, and then told me to come home the next morning at 6 a.m. before I had to go to school and do the laundry. So thankfully I had great friends, and they came with me to my house so that I could do the laundry, and then we went to school. Still to this day, I don't know why I had to come home and do the laundry, but that's just one example. So I just want to point out, like, the not normal actions, I guess, of that example. Just that, like, I was talking to my friends, asking for prayer requests about something that I was going through, and he had a problem with it and made it about himself. Like, I was struggling through something, and he didn't care about what I was actually, like, struggling with, and that he hurt me. It was more about, like, oh, you're talking bad about me to your friends. You're making me look like a bad person. Okay, I'm going to make you come home and do the laundry at 6 a.m. when I know you don't want to. And so that's where it's, like, just inappropriate, and it doesn't even fit the situation. Like, I don't know why, but that's what happened. So again, like, my friends, since they were in, like, that situation, and I was reaching out to them, like, trying to get their help and stuff, and prayers, like, they were aware of some of the abuse, but, and then obviously, like, being around him physically, they were aware of some of, I wouldn't even say abuse, because I feel like I didn't even know it was abuse till maybe a couple of years ago, a year ago. I don't really know, but it's so different when you label it as what it actually is, because then, like, you say it out loud, oh, I've been emotionally abused, like, whoa, because you hear about people getting abused, but you're like, no, that could never be me. Like, yeah, my dad had anger issues and would call me an idiot when I hit a bad golf shot at a tournament, and all the girls that I was playing with would look back at him, and yeah, I'd have feelings of embarrassment, and he'd scream at me on the way home after my golf tournaments. But no, I've never been abused. And I want to also say, like, this wasn't a one-time thing as well. Like, this happened probably every golf tournament. He probably found a way to make it negative and turn it into something bad. And so you just, when you're around people like that, you just don't want to be around them anymore, and you don't have a voice. I felt like, looking back on my life as a young little girl, I was really shy, and there was actually a problem when, like, I was younger, that I just would not talk loud. Like, I wouldn't speak up enough. And so my parents would always have to tell me to, like, speak up, and I really believe that that's, like, where it comes from, because if you're constantly having this negative talk over you, then you're gonna feel that about yourself subconsciously. And I never thought, like, oh, I'm an idiot, but when someone's speaking that over you constantly for doing, like, hitting a bad golf shot, or, you know, like, not doing everything perfectly to his standards, which are way up here, then you just start to feel really bad about yourself. And so that's what I feel like that came from. And so I just really, I went through some very hard stuff. And now that I'm healing and growing and seeking help, I'm really figuring out, like, why I did a lot of things when I was younger, and why I do things now the way I do too. Like, it's so different now that I'm out of it, and I feel so much better, and I feel like I am getting my life back, and I have control over my life. And it's just so amazing what God can do when you put your trust in Him and your life in Him. So I really just wanted this to be a reminder that social media it's fake. I think it can be great. I think it's a great way to see what your friends and family are doing, catch up with people, but it can also be very negative. It can cause a lot of comparison with Photoshop and girls thinking that they want to be a certain body type when it's not even possible because the photo's been photoshopped. Like, just these expectations that cannot be met because they're not real. And so just knowing that, having that social media is fake in the back of your head, I don't want to say like it's fake, but I just want this to be like a reminder, like everyone has something going on in their life. Like, not a lot of people want to share about, oh yeah, I just lost my job, or yeah, I just got a divorce, or any of those bad things, because you only want to show people like when you're happy, you know? And so that's just, let that be a reminder, and just to have that in the back of your mind. But I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember that God has made you specifically for a reason and for a purpose, and you are on this world for a reason, and you are so loved. And I just pray that this video can help you guys. And if you have any prayer requests, or you can relate to any of these things, I would love to hear from you. If you're comfortable, and make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.